This question asks you to find the equation of a polynomial. So what you're told is if the stationary point of inflection is -3 and 1, and the cubic passes through the x-axis at 4, find the equation or formula of the cubic function. So what's particularly important, well, if you're a visual learner, you may want to just draw up an axis just to represent all of that information on a sketch. So you've got your y-axis and your x-axis, and you've got your point of inflection at -3 and 1. So right there, and the cubic actually passes through the point 4. So it passes all the way out there, 4 and 0. And so you're probably going to have a very sort of long looking graph, and my diagram's most likely not accurate because that looks like the longest point of inflection ever. But what we need to do is, remember, when we have point of inflection form, we need to use y equals to a x plus h cubed plus k. So to substitute the point of inflection back, so the point of inflection we know we have equal to -3 and 1. So the x value is equal to -3 and the y value is equal to 1. So because in here, because you're trying to find x plus h, it's important to convert this particular solution here into a factor form, into a bracketed form. So what you do is you just move that over to the other side, and that becomes x plus 3, and y becomes equal to 0. So now what you're able to do is, at that point, you're able to substitute into y, the equation, you're able to substitute a x plus 3 cubed, and then you know that k is what the y value is in the point of inflection, so that's +1. So that's so far the building block of our equation. We still need to identify what a is. So the first part would be using the point of inflection to substitute everything in. And the second part of this process would be use this information here. We know that the cubic passes through the x-axis at 4. So use, in this case, the x-intercept of 4 and 0. So what we can do now is we can actually find the value of a by substituting in this information. So we can say, okay, well, y is 0. I'm just using the equation that we've built up here. It's not completed yet because we still need to find what a is. So then we've got 4 plus 3 cubed plus 1. And so if we work that out, that will give us -1 equals to a to the power of, well, a 7 to the power 3, which if you calculate 7 to the power of 3, that gives us 343. So that will mean that a is equivalent to, I'll just make some more space here. So a is equal to -1 divided by 7 to the power 3. 7 to the power 3 is 343. So that's what the value of a is. And that's why it was quite difficult to draw, because it's so spread out, and because you have such a small factor or dilation factor of the graph, that's why it's going to be stretched out quite a bit. So 1/343 x plus 3 to the power 3 plus 1. So that is the equation of your function. So that's how you find the equation of your cubic.